Good morning, students. Yesterday we have learned about the fractions and their types. I have told you about the three types of the fraction. Number one, like fraction. Like fractions are those denominators are equal. Secondly, I have told you about the unlike fractions. Unlike fractions are those fractions whose denominator is not equal. And third one is unit fraction. Unit fractions are those fractions those numerator is 1. So today we are going to represent these fractions on number line. So how to represent like, unlike and unit fractions on number line. Before that, we should learn about two more fractions, that is proper fraction and improper fractions. What are the proper fractions? Let's talk about them. So proper fractions are those whose numerator is smaller than the denominator. For example, here I have written 5 upon 8, 19 upon 23, 105 upon 119. So in these examples you can see here the numerator is 5, which is smaller than the denominator, that is 8. Here 19 is smaller than the 23, that is denominator, and numerator 105 is smaller than the denominator 119. So these are the examples of the proper fraction. Also we can write 1 upon 8, 1 upon 7, 1 upon 25. These are also the examples of proper fraction. Guys, you can see here these are the unit fractions. It means unit fractions also the kind of proper fraction. Here they are unlike fractions, they are also proper fraction. And one more example, like 2 upon 7, 3 upon 7, 4 upon 7, they are also proper fraction because their denominator is greater than the numerator. The numerator is smaller, keep it in your mind, but they are like fractions. So it means the like fraction, unit fractions and unlike fractions also be the proper fraction. So come to the next point. Always keep in your mind the numerator must be smaller than the denominator, right, in all these examples. So these are the examples of proper fraction. Proper fraction contains like and unit, also some unlike fractions. Second category is improper fractions. Improper fractions are those fractions whose numerator is greater than the denominator. For example, 7 upon 4. So here numerator is greater than the denominator, that is 4. So it is improper fraction. One more example, of 11 upon 9. So numerator is smaller and numerator is greater and denominator is smaller. So these are the example of improper fraction. So guys, also if you compare these two examples, you can find they are unlike fractions. So all over this conversation we come to the point, the fractions, main fractions like, unlike and unit can be the part of improper and proper. But let me shout out these things so for your better understanding. So these three kind of the fractions, like fractions, unit fraction and unlike fraction. So out of these three, like and unit always known as the proper fraction, and unlike also can be the part of proper fraction. But if we talk about the improper fractions, then only unlike fractions come into this category. Means it is sure that the like and unit fraction always the proper fraction, because their numerator is smaller than the denominator. Only unlike they can be the proper as well as improper fraction. Keep this thing in your mind. It will help you to solve the problems, also representation of the fractions. So let's come to the main topic, that is the presentation of these like, unit and unlike fractions on number line. First, we will talk about the like fractions and unit fractions. So keep it in your mind, the decimal value of the like and unit fractions is always smaller than 1. Means the decimal value or actual value of the like fractions and unit fraction is always less than 1. How? Suppose that I am having 3 upon 4. So divide this 3 by 4. As I told you, it can also be write into the form of the division. So we can write it. Now divide it and we have the value 0.75. Right? So you can see this is the smaller than 1. So like fraction always having the value less than 1. It is key point, so keep it in your mind. Secondly, unit fractions. It also can be write into the form of division, 1 divided by 5. So here the value is 0.2. You also can see it is less than 1. Why I am telling you these things? Because these things can help you draw the like and unit fractions on number line. Keep it in your mind, since the values of like and unit fractions are always less than 1. So how do we represent these like and unit on number line? Let's see. It means, students, the like fractions and unit fractions, those are also known as the proper fraction, having the value less than 1 always. Means proper fractions always less than 1. So for example, I am going to represent 1 upon 4 on number line. So it is unit fraction. So draw your number line, take the starting point, that is 0, and the other point 1. Directly you can choose these two numbers on number line. And why I am choosing only 0 and 1? As I told you, the value of the proper fraction, means in proper fraction like and unit fractions come. So their value must be in between 0 to 1, because they are less than 1. They can't be 0 or less than 0. So their value must be lies between 0 to 1. Okay. So it will help you. I told you it will help you to draw the proper, means like and unit fractions on number line. So you just take 0 and 1 first. Now check the denominator. What is the value of denominator? That is 4. So you should divide the gap between 0 to 1 into 4 equal parts. So here I have divided this gap into 4 equal parts. From here to here 1 part, from here to here second part, it is third part, and from here to here it is fourth part. So there are 4 parts: first, second, third and fourth. I have divided into equal 4 parts. Students, as I told you in day before yesterday, the parts should be equal while you are going to represent the fractions. So out of these, here the numerator is 1. Choose the first part. So this is our part. So here this point will represent the value of 1 upon 4. Out of 4, I have chosen 1. This is the concept of the fraction. So here 1 upon 4, so I have made the 4 equal parts, and out of these I have chosen 1. So this arrow will represent 1 upon 4 on number line. Let's take one more example. I'm taking another example, 5 upon 8. So since it is also proper, so its value will be less than 1. So take 0 and 1 on number line and divide this gap into 8 equal parts. So 2 parts, 4 parts, 5, 6, 7 and 8 part. I have divided them into 8 equal parts. So out of these 8 parts, you should choose 5. Take the 5. Start from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this point is 5. So it will represent the fraction 5 upon 8. In such way, you can represent the like fractions and the unit fractions on number line. Students, I am again repeating, like and unit fractions also known as the proper fraction. So actually we are representing the proper fractions on number line. Now I am going to represent the improper fractions on number line. Improper fractions have the greater numerator. So it is improper fraction. It is also known as the unlike. So all unlike fractions are come into the category of improper fraction. So before going to represent this one on number line, we should always keep it in our mind, improper is always greater than 1. Their value is always greater than 1. So how to we represent it on the number line? So for that purpose, first you should divide them. Means divide the 5 by 3. Students, always write the denominator as the divisor while you are converting these fraction into division. Okay, denominator always be considered as the divisor. So let's divide the 5 by 3. So 3 1 ja 3, remainder is 2. So this, it is your quotient, it is remainder and it is your divisor. So this can be write down the quotient as a whole. Now remainder as the numerator and divisor 3 as denominator. Here you can see 3 already be in the denominator, so it should be into the denominator, and it is your quotient, that is 1, and 2 is the remainder. So in such way we can convert this improper fraction, a new kind of the fraction. It is known as the mixed fraction. It means in our process, first we change the improper into mixed fraction, then we will represent it on the number line. It is the part of process, so you must also do this one. Let's draw the number line. So here, students, you can see this improper fraction have the value 1 right 2 upon 3. So here 1 is representing a whole number and it is representing a fractional part of this number. So since it has the 1 as whole and 2 upon 3, it shows that the value of this fraction is greater than 1, but it is not equal to 2. So it means the value of this fraction must be lies between 1 and 2. Since it is greater than 1, so first you will take 1 on your number line and the next number of 1, that is 2. So we are now this part from here to here, it will represent this one whole number and 2 upon 3 is rest. So for the 2 upon 3 you will divide the gap between 1 and 2 only, and in how much part, as we have did in the previous example. Here the denominator is 3, so divide it into 2 equal parts, 3 equal parts, the gap between 1 and 2. Out of these we will choose 2, so 1 and 2. So this one will represent the one right 2 upon 3. Since this part we have taken after the 1, so 1 will come as the whole, or it is equal to 5 upon 3. Right? Students, keep in your mind, we will start to represent the fractional part after this whole number. So here the whole number is 1, so I have taken this part to represent this fractional part. Okay, so keep it in your mind. And one more example for your better understanding. Next example is 7 upon 2. So 7 upon 2 can be write into form of 3 right 1 upon 2. You can convert it by division. So let's represent this number, fractional number, on the number line. Draw your number line. So here the whole number is 3. So first you should go to the 3. So I have representing this whole number. Now the turn of this 1 upon 2 means half. So for the half you will choose the next whole number. Now divide this gap into 2 equal parts, that is your denominator. So I have divided it. Out of these two, choose 1. So here this is the 1 part, so I have an arrow on this, and this will represent 3 right 1 upon 2 or 7 upon 2. In such way we are able to represent 7 upon 2 on number line. Here you can see, as I have did in previous example, first I have taken 3 as whole number, so 1, 2, 3 as a whole number, then after I represent this half. So this value is representing 3 right 1 upon 2 or 7 upon 2. Now students, one thing also come in our mind. Are all the fractions are equal or not? As I told you, some fractions can be equal to each other, and some are not. So what kind of the fractions can be equal? Let's take an example. I am taking the example of 1 upon 2 and 4 upon 8. So here you can see, here 1 and 2 cannot further divided into a smaller part, but 4 and 8 can be divided into simplest form or the smaller part. So 4 can be divided by 2, or 8 can also be divided by 2, or you can see 4 is also divided by 4 and 8 is also divided by 4. It means first we will take the HCF of these two numbers, 4 and 8. So HCF of 4 and 8 will be 4. So divide it by 4 means numerator also by 4 and denominator also by 4. So here we can got 1 upon 2, 4 1 ja 4 and 4 2 ja 8. So here the value of actual value of 4 upon 8 is 1 upon 2. This actual value is known as the standard value of fraction. We will divide the fraction or convert the fraction into smallest number, while we have not get such kind of number, those are not having any common factor, right? So here you can see the first one is 1 upon 2 and second is also converted into 1 upon 2. So both have the same standard value, that's why these are equivalent fraction. So how to we convert a fraction or get the equivalent fractions of given fraction? Let's see the procedure. Suppose that I am going to find the equivalent fractions of 2 upon 3. So you need to just take the multiples of this fraction. First multiplication, 2 multiplication, 3 multiplication, 4, 5 as you want. If you want to 6, so go to the 6. You are just going to take the table of 2 upon 3 as we are taking the table of 2, 3, 4. So you should also start making the table of 2 upon 3. So the next equivalent fraction of 2 upon 3 you will get by multiply it by 2. So 2 upon 3 you will multiply it by 2. Always keep in your mind, either you are dividing or multiplying a fraction by a number, you must multiply by that number into numerator as well as in denominator. So here you will get 2 2s are 4 and 3 2s are 6. So 2 upon 3 is equivalent to the 4 upon 6. Similarly, if we multiply it by 3, we will get the next equivalent fraction. So here 2 upon 3 2s are this value and 3s are this value. Similarly, 2 upon 3 if you multiply it by 4, you will get the next equivalent fraction 8 upon 12. So this is the procedure by which you can get the next equivalent fraction of given fractions. So guys, one more topic is left. Today's video is going long, but don't worry beta, we must finish this topic by today. That is the comparison of fractions. Some fractions can be equivalent and some cannot be. So how do we now know the equivalency of fractions? Means which is smaller, which is greater, which is equal to each other. So there is a simple rule. Suppose that with the example I am telling you, suppose that I am having a fraction 2 upon 5 and 3 upon 7, and I want to know that either they are equal, either which one is greater and which one is smaller. So we will perform a cross multiplication, means this denominator with this numerator and this denominator by this. Always keep in your mind the arrow should be into above. So here 7 should be multiplied with the 2. So 2 into 7 and write in downward, and here 3 into 5. Keep in your mind the numerator value should be write down. Here 2 is here, so we have write down the product down to this fraction, and 3 is there, that is numerator. So I am writing the product of this numerator with this denominator downward this fraction. So here it becomes the 14 and it becomes the 15. Now students, check which is the greater, 14 or 15. So you can see 15 is greater. It means 15 is greater than the numerator above the 15 is greater, that is 3 upon 7. So therefore out of 2 upon 5 and 3 upon 7, 3 upon 7 is greater than 2 upon 5. So it is the simple process. You should cross multiply them and you will get the result. Now take one more example. Here 3 upon 7 and 21 upon 49. So let's start your procedure. Cross multiply them. The head of arrow should be in up direction, right? So multiply 3 by 49 and save 21 should be multiplied with 7. So here the result will be 147 and here 147. So you can see the result is same, means the product is same. So it shows that the both fractions are equal to each other. Here they are equal, hence 3 upon 7 is equal to 21 upon 49. This result will show that the both fractions are equivalent. Means if you reduce this into standard form, you will get 3 upon 7. So that's all for today, students. Tomorrow we will meet with the next topic, and I hope today you have enjoyed this video. These methods are little bit difficult and very hodgepodge is there in words. So please practice it with very focus, okay? Then you are able to learn about the fractions, and next day we will meet. Till, have a nice time. Bye.